I'm sure many of us, once finding out what our personality type is, have looked up what our favourite characters in books, films, TV series, etc. are. I know I definitely have. So today I wanted to focus on some of the fictional INFJs. I will start by looking at Pocahontas. She is typed as an INFJ because she looks deeper than many other characters do, such as looking at the heart and motives of John Smith, instead of what he simply represents. She wants everyone to get along, and makes it her aim to help both sides see each other's points of view, and hopefully come to an agreement. She looks within herself for answers, and often needs time alone to figure things out. However, she also stands up for what she believes in, and she puts the desires of her tribe above her own desires at times, choosing to stay with them at the end. Her songs represent parts of her. Just Around the River Bend is like an eye, knowing something is about to happen, but not being able to explain exactly what it is, nor how you know. And Colours of the Wind is like FE, teaching John Smith that he needs to step into other people's shoes to see how his actions can affect them. Next up is Elizabeth Bennet from Pride and Prejudice. There is some debate as to whether she is actually an INFJ, or an ENFJ or other types, but I can definitely relate to her regardless. She is kind, caring, loves going for walks to appreciate nature. She has strong values and she will speak her mind when someone disagrees with those values, even if it isn't the norm to do so. She has well-developed FE because she won't make decisions based solely on other people's happiness. Instead, if it doesn't align with her own values, i.e. she isn't in love with Mr. Collins or Mr. Darcy at first, then even though it would help her family if she did choose to marry them, she stays true to herself and to her own values. She is very loyal to those she cares about, but less so towards those outside of her circle. She enjoys conversations with substance rather than simple small talk, and she likes to be challenged and to understand how other people think. I have always felt like I could relate to her when I read the book and watched the TV series, not so fond of the film as it's too short to truly appreciate the story. So it was interesting when I came across MBTI and discovered that she and I share personality. Thirdly, I want to look at 3 characters that are more stereotypical of INFJs, which is Dumbledore from Harry Potter, Yoda from Star Wars, and Gandalf from Lord of the Rings. They are all wise, quiet leaders who act as a guru to the main character. They all have magical powers, which seems to be a common misconception for NI dominants, especially INFJs. And they are all extremely mysterious, often speaking in riddles, or only giving part of the answer, to ensure that the main character has to grow as a person and discover themselves to understand the full answer. I guess on paper I could be like these characters. I have the potential to be a sort of guru, and to help others to discover themselves, and I do definitely enjoy helping people discover who they are, but without the superpowers and being the most powerful wizard, Jedi, human being ever, it makes things a little bit more difficult. It is interesting to see how these characters, almost a caricature of an INFJ, emphasising some parts massively, to make it seem more exciting. But being such a rare type anyway, and potentially never actually meeting another INFJ in person, it can be problematic to see fictional portrayals of INFJs like this, because we will feel like we never match up, at least not until we're at least 100, so we can gather all the wisdom that's needed. And finally is Sam Winchester from Supernatural. He is an interesting character because, although he does develop magical superpowers, thank you stereotype, he does also show many of the characteristics of INFJs. He is always looking for deeper hidden meanings, trying to get the meanings behind what is actually going on. He never takes things at face value, even when that means disagreeing with his brother about it. I think this is a characteristic that is often overlooked with INFJs, especially ones who have developed their TI more, that we will actually stand up for what we believe in, even if it causes disagreements. We aren't all just fluffy FE bunnies that want harmony at the expense of everything we are and believe in. We aren't doormats, but many explanations of INFJs online do tend to lean towards that. If you go against our values, then we will bite. But anyway, Sam questions everything. He's very good at making connections and deciphering the mysteries he comes across. He wants justice for those he has lost, and he wants to make the world a better place by helping as many people as he can, though he does find it difficult to kill, even though he is killing demons. His job makes it a little difficult to identify with him, but I think he definitely shows many characteristics typical of an INFJ, and he is an interesting study. Also, Supernatural the series in general is really fascinating to me, because it's about things that most people don't even think about, and I love hearing about other people's explanations on what causes certain paranormal or unexplained events. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you really relate to any INFJ or other fictional character. I may do another video on this as it was quite fun to look into. Thank you for your time.